Carlos Nelson with Cascade Sports. We're here at Van Horn High School. We're here in the weight room with the head football coach. Who do we have here?
William Harris.
Hey, Coach, tell our audience a little bit about yourself. I think you might know the drill. Let's go all the way back from when you played in high school to where you at now.
All right. I went to Raytown South High School, so I played ball there for 2 years at Raytown South. Once I graduated from there, I got a scholarship to Baker University. Went there, played 4 years. I was a 4-year starter there, so I played a little bit when I was there. I played defensive end. So I played defensive end at Baker University. Once I finished there, I coached, bounced around, coached a little bit in college. I coached at Baker for a year, William Jewell for a year, Avila for a year. Then I broke into high school, Grandview High School. I coached at Grandview for about 6 or 7 years. I was the defensive coordinator there. After that, became defensive coordinator at Raytown. And from Raytown, I got the head coaching job here at Van Horn, and I've been here for 4 years.
Run it down your first 4 years here, what this program was like, and trials and tribulations.
When I got here, it was a school that they had done some winning in the last 4 or 5 years with Coach Tober. So we knew that it was a chance to come here and win some games, but we knew we had to kind of go in and kind of restructure some things and change some things to play competitive 4A football. So when I got here, it was big on the weight room. I know my kids probably talked about it, but I'm big on the weight room. So
boy, they say weight room their best friend.
It's got to be, and I mean, in order for you to survive in the 4A class, right? To play in that class, you've got to be good in the weight room. You've got to develop kids. So we were big on development once we got here. We knew early on we may struggle a little bit trying to get it back to where it was, but we changing the culture and the weight room culture and things like that. We think we've done a good job of kind of getting the things back to where it needs to be.
Players and your coaches, boy, your first year here, I think they said y'all had 16 players, and your coaches and yourself keep talking.
This is brought to you by Dollars for You, fundraising you can trust. www.dollarsforyou.com.
Days where we'd have 13 kids, and it was a struggle. It was tough coming from Raytown with a bunch of athletes and kids all over the place. It was tough to kind of transition over here and to not be in the same situation. So we knew we had some work cut out for us, but that first year kind of punched us in the face a little bit, and we realized we had a whole lot of work to do. So it's changed though.
How'd you the second year? How'd you get them to come out?
It was the first year and then even the second year. I won't say it was tremendous change from the first year to the second year, but I think getting the coaching staff here and showing kids that there were coaches.
And the three amigos look like they can coach.
Right, yeah.
If there's such thing as a look.
Right, and and that was my thing, getting the right staff in here, because I tell people all the time that those guys, my coaching staff, they're kid magnets, and they're guys that kids can look up to, they can be role models to, and kids, are attracted to those type of guys.
And they just weren't talking about football. They were talking about building skill set for young men to succeed in life.
Yeah, and that's really important for me. When I talk to parents and I'm recruiting kids, I tell them, get your kid out for football. We've got coaches here that have all played college football. They all are college graduates. And so, these are guys that, if they don't have role models outside of here, there's people that they can look up to besides just being great coaches.
And as I said to those coaches, we're African American network. We're the only African American digital network in all of the Midwest. We just don't do sports. And I think it's very important for our kids to have role models like yourself and your coaches that they know, pay attention, that have an interest in them, not just on the field.
Right, and that's huge for me too, because football is great, and some people are lucky enough to play in college, and some people are lucky enough to play past that. But my goal is for the 4 years that you're here with me, whether you go on to play or you don't go on to play, you're a better person, and you look back and say, man, I really enjoyed my 4 years playing at Van Horn High School. So
who were some of the mentors in your life that really stand out? There were coaches and people that. I'm at 68 now. You probably in your 30s.
Close. I'm getting close.
Yeah. All right. 20. But who do you feel has really influenced you as a coach and as a person?
In high school, I played at Ray South, so the coaches there were great to me, and I've been lucky even in college playing and coaching with guys. Coach Donahoe's the head coach at Blue Springs High School. He was my first head coach.
Shout out
Donahue. That's my guy. So he always treated us like family. Coach Carpino was my defensive coordinator. He's at Grain Valley right now. Coach Ali was my offensive coordinator. He's at Grain Valley. So I was lucky enough to have those three guys on my high school staff. So those are guys that really impressed impressed upon me that coaching is not just about football, but it's also about building a relationship with the kids and with the players.
That's what I tell young coaches. If you want to make money, coaching is not for you. But if you want to develop individuals and develop skill sets, this is it. If you want to work with youth and really change the culture, this is it.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a couple other guys. Coach Ferris out of Grandview, Coach Morris, who's out there doing great things with the basketball program. Those are guys that I worked with.
I got to get with y'all. You know, we have the City of Fountain Coaches Association. Coach Ferris used to be on staff at.
He came out one year. He came out one year early and interviewed us.
And Reggie, he's a member of our City of Fountain Coaches Association. Got to get you involved in that. So, what do you think you can finish up this season? What kind of record you think you can? For the instant replay. I'm
not very good at prognosticating things like that, and I don't like to, kind of put my foot in my mouth. But we think we got a special team, and we think we got a team that can do some special things this year. Last year we won our first playoff game in history, and these kids, we feel like we can better that a little bit more and make it and have a better record than we did last year. So we've got some goals out there, and the kids know what our goals are. I tell them every year we won 7 games last year, so we want to be a better team. 8 is our goal, so that's what we're shooting for.
I was looking at 10.
Hey, if 10 happens, we won't be surprised, but I don't want to put that out there just yet. But yeah, we think we've got a chance to be special.
Checked you out a little bit. I'm like, they can squeak 10 out if they play hard.
If we do it, we play hard and we keep getting better.
If y'all really play hard, y'all can win more than that. Because I think you have the talent.
We do. We definitely do. We have the talent. We have the kids that.
And y'all had some close ones. Yeah. 1-pointers and things like that.
Yes, we did. Yeah.
Your record would have been much better last year.
Yeah. So I mean, we think we've got a chance to be special, and we think we got a good group of guys, and we just get better every day. That's what I tell them. Just get better every day, and who knows where we are at the end of the season.
Hey, Coach, you shouting out?
Yeah, sure. Let me see. You already shouted out my coaches that I played for.
You married?
I am not married. All right.
Well, hey. Shout out to Mom, Dad.
My mom, Dad. My dad comes to every game. My kids always talk about it. They can see my dad at all the games. My mom's
what's their name?
Irvin Harris is my dad's name.
Hey, Irvin, baby boy. He ain't no baby no more, but he's shouting out to you.
My mom's a Van Horn graduate, so it was kind of weird. Like Carolyn Harris. So.
Hey, Carolyn, baby boy, he on you. Shout out to alumni.
Hey, and shout out my kids. We work hard, and my coaching staff. I'm really proud of those guys. So they do a really good job. So I'm glad they were able to get some TV time, because I always get interviewed and asked questions. But those are the guys that make this thing go.
They behind the scenes. They making it happen.
Yeah.
Well, it's a pleasure having you on the show, and we look forward to covering one of your games before the season's out.
All right. Look forward.
All right.
This is brought to you by Dollars for You, fundraising you can trust. www.dollarsforyou.com.